this cult that was based in Dana Point. From this psalm, they believed that they were little gods. You know, they were little gods. And so what they were trying to do was get the endorsement of the school of ministry so they could preach their heresy and say that, hey, we graduated from Calvary Chapel School of Ministry. However, God exposed them and we booted them right before they graduated. So they didn't. So God protected us. But in verse 1 it says, a psalm of Asaph, God stands in the congregation of the mighty. He judges among the gods. And that word gods is Elohim. We'll talk about that in a second. How long will you judge unjustly and show partiality to the wicked? Selah. In the book of Exodus, the judges were called the Elohim. The Elohim, the gods. Why? Because the judges were to be God's representatives. They were to be the representative of God on the earth. Man has no authority to judge other men. Only God has the authority to judge. And therefore, when you judge someone else, you're declaring yourself God. That's the scary thing about it. When you judge someone, you're basically saying, I am God and I'm going to judge you. So the judges then were representing God, and they were to represent his judgments, not their own judgments. So they weren't to take bribes. They weren't to be bought like our judges today. They were to only represent God. There's only one judge, God himself, one law, the law of God, and thus the judges were instruments of God to keep order and to rule and reign over his people.